My husband has a wealthy mistress, and he often secretly transfers money to me using her credit card. In just half a year, he's already transferred over 800,000 yuan in installments. I pretended not to know. I happily accepted it and spent it like crazy. Until one day, the other woman showed up at my office, slapped me across the face, and yelled, "Did you two plan this together? Are you both just screwing me over? Do you even have any shame? Damn it." My head was ringing from her slap, and half my face burned with pain. That woman has quite the grip. Cat got your tongue? Feeling guilty? She grabbed my collar and snarled, "Listen, Vivian Sue, I'm taking legal action to get back every cent he transferred to you. I'll make sure you and your husband regret this. Are you so damn desperate for money that you'd scam me like this?" Disgusting. Colleagues nearby turned to look, and some excitedly pulled out their phones to record the scene. In an instant, I became the center of attention and the talk of the office. "Who are you? What gives you the right to hit me?" I covered my swollen cheek, whimpering with grievance. "And also, how do you know my name?" Still pretending. "Are you? I'll teach you to pretend." She raised her hand and slapped my other cheek, this time with even greater force, sending me crashing to the floor with a loud thud. "Come on, take a look for yourself." She slammed a stack of A4 papers hard against my face. "These bills are in black and white, crystal clear, all made out to Vivian Sue. What more is there to argue? You and your husband are clearly in cahoots scamming money." Then she turned to the entire company and declared loudly, "How dare any of you work alongside a fraud like her? Aren't you afraid she'll turn on you one day and swindle you out of everything you own?" The taste of blood spread in my mouth. I spat out a mouthful of blood, struggling to get up, only to be kicked back down by her. "Think you can just get up? I'm being merciful by not making you kneel. Pay up. Give me my money right now. If you don't, I swear I'll make sure you won't live to spend a single cent you scammed." As the situation escalated, watching colleagues couldn't stand it anymore and began mediating. "Stop making a scene, or we'll call the police." "Yeah, take your drama outside. We're trying to work here. Go ahead. I'd love for you to call them." She shook off the colleagues restraining her, laughing arrogantly. "I can't wait to see how the police deal with a disgusting scammer like her." "Ma'am," I wiped the blood from my lip and spoke with difficulty. "Isn't there some misunderstanding? I don't know you at all. You claim my husband and I conspired to scam you. What proof do you have?" "These bills are the proof." I pretended not to understand. "What do these bills have to do with me? Did I ask you to transfer money to me?" "Stop playing dumb, Vivian Sue. I don't believe you're unaware that your husband transferred this money to you." I sat up straight, staring directly at her. "Why would my husband use your card to transfer money to me? What's your relationship?" She choked, glancing around guiltily before saying, "Never mind what our relationship is. The fact is you two scammed money. Isn't that true? Why should I care about your relationship? Don't tell me you're the other woman my husband's keeping. Otherwise, why would he use your card to transfer money to me? And why would you willingly give him your card?" "Bullshit. That broke ass husband of yours keeping me? Where would he get the money to keep me? Clearly, I'm the one keeping him." The words spilled out. The onlookers collectively gasped in shock. "So, you admit it? You two really have an improper relationship?" Her face flushed with embarrassment, but she stubbornly insisted after a pause. "So what if I admit it? That too." Timing kept man Julian's song. I must have been blind to ever fall for him. That bastard not only spent my money, but used it to support his own wife. What a shameless scumbag. If I ever catch him, I'll beat him up every time I see him. This is a society governed by law. Violence has consequences. I pulled out my phone and showed the call log. I've already called the police, and they'll be here soon. Our company has surveillance cameras. Everything that happened today is recorded, and all my colleagues can testify for me. I'm suing you for provocation and intentional injury, and I won't accept any form of settlement. We'll see each other at the police station." Hearing that I intended to sue her, she flew into a rage and charged at me, trying to hit me again. Just then, security and the police arrived at the same time. I straightened my clothes, wiped the blood from the corner of my mouth, and got into the police car with her. As soon as we arrived at the station, she started making a scene, crying and shouting that she had been deceived in body, money, and emotions. She pulled out chat logs and transfer records, accusing Julian Song and me of conspiring to cheat her. Officers, look, clearly, this couple are scammers. Don't wrong an innocent person. For over half a year, her husband has been using my card to transfer money to her. I'm just a divorced woman with a child. What schemes could I possibly have? I was lonely and had a bit of money to spare, so I wanted a man to keep me company. But him? He didn't have a shred of feeling for me, using my money to support his wife. The officer on duty listened in stunned disbelief, utterly dumbfounded. But everything requires evidence. Her so-called evidence only proves that she and my husband, Julian Song, have been engaged in an improper relationship for a long time. Nothing more. Whereas the evidence I submitted is concrete and undeniable. If I refuse to settle, she will undoubtedly face detention. Just as I was thinking this, my husband Julian Song arrived. The moment the woman saw him, she charged at him without a word, raining blows while screaming and sobbing. Julian Song, you lying scoundrel. I hope you die a miserable death. How bitterly you've deceived me. I'll beat you to death. Wah. Julian Song desperately shielded his face, and the scene instantly descended into chaos. After being pulled apart by the on-site staff, he touched the bloody scratches on his face and cursed through gritted teeth. Luna Zhang, are you fucking insane? Can you stop making a scene? Me making a scene? How dare you say that? You and your wife teamed up to deceive me. Don't I have the right to seek justice? After all the kindness I showed you, has your conscience been eaten by dogs? As she spoke, the woman named Luna Zhang suddenly collapsed to the ground, sobbing hysterically. Seeing this, Julian Song was momentarily at a loss. Officers, you saw it yourselves. This woman is downright crazy. She knew I was married yet kept harassing me. You must uphold justice for me. Also, we won't accept a settlement for her attacking my wife. Sentence her as the law requires. Look what she did to my face. Ouch. It hurts like hell. Hearing this, Luna Zhang went berserk. Julian Song, is that any way for a human to talk? How could you treat me like this? I refuse to believe you never loved me. Just last night, you held me and said you'd long lost feelings for your wife and couldn't wait to divorce her and marry me. You said she was like a dead fish in bed, nowhere near as good as me. What, now that you've pulled up your pants? You're turning your back and denying everything? Shut up. Julian Song snapped at her. Do you have no shame, making a scene in public? If it weren't for you threatening to kill yourself, who would want to be with you? I still love you. Love my ass. I just wanted to squeeze some money out of you to help with household expenses. The only one I love is my wife. I will never divorce her, and I will certainly never marry you. Give up on that delusion. After saying this, he took my hand, looking at me with deep remorse, and said, I'm sorry, honey. I'll explain everything when we get home. Anyway, it's really not what you think between her and me. Please don't overthink it, okay? His words were earnest, and he seemed genuinely sincere, to the point where I didn't know how to react for a moment. To be honest, Julian Song is quite a contradiction. I haven't been able to figure him out for a long time now. You could say he treats me well. After all, he did cheat on me during our marriage, but you could also say he treats me poorly. Yet even while having an affair, he managed to squeeze money from the other woman to spend on me. He really can't bear to see me suffer even a little. That evening, Julian Song knelt before me in the presence of both our parents. My father-in-law was so furious he slapped him several times across the face, swelling his cheeks. Without a word of protest, he admitted to everything. I truly was in the wrong here. You have every right to hit and scold me, he said earnestly, head bowed. But please believe me, I never once considered divorcing Vivi. As for that woman, there is absolutely nothing between us. Nothing? Then why would she willingly spend money on you? Do you take us for fools? You beast. You've shamed the entire Song family. I'll beat you to death. Just as my father-in-law raised his hand to strike again, I quickly stepped in to stop him. After all, I still rely on that face of his to earn me money. Enough, Dad. Perhaps Julian really has some difficulties. I met that woman today too. She's certainly no good. Who knows what tricks she used to pressure him? My father-in-law's eyes widened in disbelief. Vivi, are you okay? How can you still defend him at this point? He then kicked Julian Song, who was kneeling on the floor. Take a good look at yourself. Do you deserve such a wonderful wife? Having Vivi marry into our family is a stroke of incredible fortune. Forget it. In-laws. My dad also chimed in to mediate, since things have already come to this. Beating him to death won't change anything. Let the young couple resolve this themselves. Our Vivi has always been strong-willed. I trust she can handle this. My dad was right. I really am strong-willed. Truth be told, I'd known about Julian Song's affair for a while. I just never confronted him. I'd cried, broken down, and doubted myself countless times. But now I've come to understand. A man's infidelity has nothing to do with the woman. It's just his rotten nature. There's no need to blame myself. Honey, it really was that woman Luna Zhang who pressured me into it. After they left, Julian Song remained kneeling on the floor, holding my hand as he explained. If I didn't agree to her demands, she'd cry, make a scene, and threaten suicide. How could I just watch her die in front of me? Besides, we didn't exactly lose out here. The over 800,000 I transferred to you from her card would have taken us years to earn. I once promised I'd rely on my own efforts to give you a good life. Now I've practically made it happen, haven't I? I was amused, unsure whether to scold or praise him. After all, by his logic, his affair was ultimately for my benefit. So you think I should be grateful? No, darling. I only beg you not to divorce me. Then what about Luna Zhang? Let her die. If we press charges for her assaulting you, she'll definitely go to jail. This is our chance to completely ruin her. Clearly, a woman like Luna Zhang wouldn't be so easily destroyed. She wasn't someone to be trifled with either, because not long after this incident, she showed up again, this time thrusting a pregnancy test report at my husband and declaring, I'm pregnant. The child is yours. If you want your child to die, then by all means, let your wife sue. Julian Song stared at the report, first in shock, then unable to suppress the smile creeping across his lips. He had always wanted a child, yet after 5 years of marriage, I had never been able to conceive, though he claimed not to mind being child-free. Deep down, he longed to be a father more than anyone. Luna Zhang clearly knew this too. She shot a contemptuous glance in my direction and continued. I remember you said your wife can't have children, right? Julian Song, are you really willing to kill your own flesh and blood for a useless woman who can't even give you a child? If you divorce her and marry me, I'll pretend the past never happened. After all, I have more than enough money to support you and our son for a lifetime, and I genuinely like you. Choose her or me. Hearing her words, Julian Song's gaze toward me gradually grew complicated. After a long pause, he made a move that left both Luna Zhang and me utterly stunned. He tore that report, tore it to shreds. His expression and movements were so resolute, as if all the emotions from moments ago had just been my illusion. Luna Zhang, while tearing it, he coldly said to Luna Zhang, stop trying to fool me. I've taken precautions every time. There's no way you're pregnant. Besides, you're just a shameful third party. How could I ever let you carry my child? Any child you bear would be illegitimate. Do you really think I'd let them become a stain on my life? After saying this, he threw the shredded paper scraps at Luna Zhang's face. Let me make myself clear. The only person I love is my wife. Whether she can have children or not, I'll only ever love her in this lifetime. And I will never, ever divorce her to marry someone like you. Understood? Luna Zhang clearly hadn't expected him to react like this. She was completely stunned. After a long moment, as if her emotions had spiraled out of control, she rushed forward and slapped Julian Song twice across the face. She screamed hysterically, "You beast! How dare you deny your own biological son? I'm telling you, Julian's song. I will definitely get a paternity test. I'll make you take responsibility to the end and ruin your reputation. I'd rather die than let you get away with this. Julian's song didn't dodge even once, covering his face as he threatened her viciously. Go ahead, hit me, the harder the better. That way my wife and I can sue you together. You reckless woman, just watch how I destroy you. At this moment, I should have stepped in to break it up. But watching this dog mutual tearing apart, I suddenly found it incredibly satisfying and thrilling, almost wishing they wouldn't stop. Luna Zhang, noticing my excited spectator demeanor, suddenly understood something and completely lost it. You still dare claim this wasn't a coordinated scheme to deceive me? Suddenly, she began gasping for air, bracing herself against the wall with one hand before collapsing with a thud onto the floor right before our eyes. What? Trying to scam us? Julian's song let out a contemptuous sneer. We have security cameras. No chance of extorting us. Hey, Luna Zhang. After calling her name several times, with no response from her lying on the ground, Julian visibly panicked. Shit, what's wrong with you? Don't scare me like this. Luna, damn it, always causing trouble. Muttering a low curse, he carefully scooped her up in his arms, placed her in the car, and slammed the accelerator, speeding toward the hospital. He was so frantic and worried that he completely forgot I was still there. No matter, he forgot me, but I sure won't forget him. I immediately took out my phone and called his parents. After all, they're about to have a grandson. Shouldn't such happy news be shared? By the time I arrived at the hospital with Julian's parents, Luna had already regained consciousness. Nothing too serious, just fainted from extreme anger and agitation. But the doctor repeatedly emphasized that since she's still in her first trimester, she must keep her emotions in check, or she could miscarry at any time. Who among you is the patient's family? Everyone in the room exchanged glances, none daring to speak up. As the atmosphere grew awkward, I gritted my teeth, raised my hand, and said, none of us are, yet all of us are, because the child in her belly belongs to my husband. Hearing this, Julian's song wished he could vanish into thin air, while his father glared at him as if ready to tear him apart. The doctor, overwhelmed by the complicated relationships, took a moment to process, but didn't press further, briefly explaining some precautions before asking me to handle the payment. As luck would have it, I ran into my colleague Yen at the billing counter. Yen has always been a gossip. Most of the messy, dramatic stories I've heard at the office were gathered by her, including the day Luna Zhang caused a scene at the company. She was the one who filmed it and posted it online, never one to shy away from stirring up trouble. Eventually, we even made it onto the local trending list. Vivian, what are you doing here? Who's sick? She stared fixedly at the papers in my hand, and before I could react, she snatched them away. Oh my, you're pregnant? Wait, no. Luna Zhang? Who's that? A relative of yours? Suddenly, her eyes widened as if remembering something, and she looked at me in disbelief. Could it be she's the one from that day? Yes, it's her. I decided to throw caution to the wind. She's pregnant, and the baby is my husband's, so here I am taking care of her. Her eyes widened even more. I honestly worried that if she kept staring like that, her eyeballs might pop right out. Seriously? No way. Vivian, how can you put up with this? I thought those stories online about the wife taking care of the other woman during maternity were just jokes, but I never expected. Realizing she'd said too much, she quickly covered her mouth. As expected, she'd probably post this online soon. After all, plenty of netizens were still waiting for updates. When I returned to the ward after paying the bills, I saw my mother-in-law helping my father-in-law walk out. It seems the old gentleman was quite enraged, even having difficulty breathing. Seeing me, he said, with a face full of apology, Vivi, our family has wronged you in this matter. It's all our fault for not raising Julian properly. Rest assured, as long as I have breath in me, I will absolutely not allow that woman and her child to set foot in our Song family. Hearing this, my mother-in-law was so angry she hit him. What nonsense are you talking? Isn't that your grandson? Will you just stand by and watch the Song family line end? Shut up. Aren't you ashamed enough already? Our son turned out like this entirely because you spoiled him. Truthfully, I had no interest in listening to their argument. I had long since seen things clearly. In the entire Song family, only my father-in-law had some sense of reason, likely because he was formerly a government official. As for my mother-in-law, her desire for a grandson had reached near delirious levels, to the point that upon learning of Luna Zhang's pregnancy, her excitement outweighed her anger. Returning to the hospital room, I realized Julian Song wasn't there. His father just broke his head open. He went to get bandaged up. Luna Zhang said in a hoarse voice, completely devoid of her usual arrogance and domineering manner. Only then did I notice the room was in complete disarray, with blood stains on the floor. Clearly, it hadn't just been a simple argument. Miss Sue, let's talk. I ignored her. She continued on her own. I know you won't forgive me, and I admit it was wrong of me to come between your marriage, but I truly love him, and I don't mind spending money on him, or even on you. After all, I have plenty to spare. You probably don't know this, but my ex-husband was a nouveau riche who abused me for years. It took immense effort to finally divorce him. Logically, I should be terrified of marriage, but Julian Song gave me love and confidence. I hope you'll let us be together. Do you really believe Julian Song loves you? From start to finish, he's never said he loves you, much less proposed. You're wrong, she said confidently. He does love me. He just won't admit it, especially since I'm the other woman, and his moral compass is so strong. You have no idea how content he is when he's with me. If you weren't standing in the way, we could be truly happy together. Is that so? But why should I make things easy for you? I could give you money. Miss Zhang, not everything in this world can be solved with money. I've known him for 10 years, been married for 5. 1 million. What did you say? I said, I'll give you 1 million as long as you divorce him and let us be together. Logically, in this situation, I should treat money like dirt. I should curse her out, look down on her, tell her to stay away from my husband and not get involved. But for some reason, I just couldn't say it. Deep down, I knew very well that even if she didn't offer me this money, Julian Song and I were going to divorce anyway. There's still a long life ahead of me. I can't spend it with a scumbag like him. It's just too filthy. In that case, why not take this chance to squeeze out one last payout? And if I'm going to take money, I might as well go big. Isn't Luna Zhang loaded? Then I'll bleed her dry. You do know our legal case isn't over yet, right? With the evidence I have now, sending you to prison would be a piece of cake. As for Julian Song, I have plenty of ways to make him divorce me and walk away with nothing. At this point, I paused and chuckled softly. So, Miss Zhang, what makes you think your mere million could possibly buy me off? 2 million. I shook my head with a smile, signaling it wasn't enough. She gritted her teeth, instinctively clenching her fists. 3 million. Seeing I still didn't speak, her tone turned pleading. That's really the most I can offer. You've already taken over 800,000 from me. Consider these 3 million as compensation. I apologize for hitting you in public that day. All right, Miss Sue, I don't want us to become enemies. If we didn't love the same man, we might have been friends. No thanks. I'd never dare have a friend like you. I conceded. I can agree to divorce Julian Song, but whether he's willing isn't up to me. Don't worry about that. I have plenty of ways to make him initiate it himself. Fine, I'll be waiting. Her agreement came too readily, her tone too submissive. I briefly wondered if I'd asked for too little, but then I remembered Julian Song was just a worthless scumbag who didn't deserve that much money, and instantly felt balanced again. Whatever. It's fine. Just consider it as selling secondhand goods at a discount, since she loves recycling trash. Let her have at it. But getting a divorce was clearly not as simple as I had imagined, because no matter how much I tried to discuss it with Julian Song, he firmly refused. I've told you so many times, there's nothing between me and that woman. I was completely deceived by her. Didn't you say you believed me? That doesn't matter. What matters is she's carrying your child, and that child needs a father. What if I make her get an abortion? No. Tears welled up in my eyes as I gazed at him with deep affection. Honey, you know better than anyone how much I love you. For you, I can endure any kind of hardship in this world. That's exactly why I can't hold you back. I know you want a child, and I haven't been able to conceive. Now, by heaven's grace, another woman is pregnant. How could I not let you have this? He looked utterly bewildered. But darling, are you really willing to part with me? Of course not, but there's no other way. Right now, Luna Zhang is emotionally unstable, and the pregnancy is precarious. Only if we divorce temporarily can she feel at ease. Temporarily? You mean, we can wait until Luna Zhang gives birth safely before remarrying, and then I'll help you raise the child together. How about that? You're not lying to me? Of course not. Darling, you're so considerate. My father was right. Marrying you was truly a blessing from our ancestors. He excitedly spun me around in his arms. Though disgusted, I couldn't push him away, afraid of blowing my cover. After all, only by coaxing him into finalizing the divorce could I secure the 3 million Luna Zhang promised me. Truthfully, even without this, I could always find a way to divorce Julian Song if I really wanted to. After all, our affairs have already spread online. Once Julian's company found out, they fired him immediately. Jobless, he now relies entirely on Luna Zhang's support, especially with her carrying his child. No matter what, he wouldn't truly turn against her, and all the affectionate acts he performed in front of me were nothing but self-deception. If he truly loved me as much as he claimed, his affair with Luna Zhang would never have happened in the first place. Saying he did it to squeeze money from Luna Zhang to support me, only a fool would believe that. When I first found out about his infidelity with Luna, I was utterly shattered. I waited until he was asleep, used his fingerprint to unlock his phone, and secretly read their chat history. He told Luna Zhang that a woman who can't bear children is practically useless, and added that after so many years of marriage, he'd long lost any feeling for me. Even if I lay naked in bed, he felt nothing, no reaction at all. He said I was as dull as a dead fish. In his heart, I wasn't even worth one of your fingers. You're so beautiful, so wealthy. You're like heaven's most precious gift to me. You are my salvation. There were many, many other lines just like those. No wonder Luna Zhang refused to believe Julian Song had no feelings for her. Every word he spoke radiated admiration and obsession, and she was so starved for love. That's why she went crazy the moment she discovered Julian Song had secretly used her credit card to transfer money to me. It wasn't the money that pained her. What truly crushed her was Julian Song's deception. Even after he repeatedly distanced himself from her in public, even going so far as to humiliate and berate her, she still chose to forgive him because she saw Julian through rose-colored glasses. During her darkest days after the divorce, it was Julian who stayed by her side, making her believe she deserved to be loved. From that point on, my heart had already turned cold toward Julian Song. Countless sleepless nights, I'd lie awake, asking myself what I'd done wrong, where I fell short compared to her. But eventually I realized I hadn't done anything wrong. The reason Julian treated me this way was simply because he was scum, and it had nothing to do with me. That's also why, no matter how many heartfelt performances he put on in front of me later, I remained completely unmoved. He never loved me. All he ever cared about was his reputation. He thought slapping a cheating for your own good label on his actions would make me forgive him. Let everything return to normal. Him playing the perfect gentleman, us pretending to be the loving couple. But he never imagined things would blow up like this. It spread all over the internet. As a public figure, he not only lost his reputation and job, becoming a laughingstock, but was also forced into becoming a kept man supported by his mistress. On the day we finalized the divorce, a light rain began to fall. He stared blankly at my retreating figure, then snapped out of it and hurried after me. Wei Wei, are you lying to me? You won't remarry me, will you? I gave him a faint smile and said nothing. Why? He pressed frantically, looking utterly unhinged. Why are you doing this to me? Was it all a lie? You saying you loved me, that you'd willingly step aside, that we'd raise the child together? I still didn't answer. Did you know about me and Luna Zhang all along? His voice trembled, laced with the shame of being stripped bare and exposed under the sun. Julian Song, just admit it, you love her. I looked at him calmly and said, this outcome might very well be what you wanted. I don't love her. The one I love is you. I was only with her to get some money, just to help with our expenses. Even now, you're still lying to yourself? I'm not. Everything I said is true. Maybe, but it doesn't matter anymore. Crossing my arms, I stared steadily at him. You should know this. Since your infidelity is a fact, no matter what, I will divorce you. In my book, a cheating man is only good for throwing out. There's no such thing as cleaning him up and keeping him around. He's too dirty. I have standards. Truthfully, from the moment Julian Song transferred money to me using Luna Zhang's card, I knew it was only a matter of time before the truth came out and she showed up at my door. And that day would mark the official end of any ties between Julian Song and me. This meant he could no longer make money for me, meaning he had lost all use to me. In that case, why should I continue to stay with him? Moreover, at that time, I was the perfect victim, a pitiful woman betrayed by her husband, beaten by the other woman, and sympathized with by the entire internet. Under such circumstances, any demands I made during the divorce would not be excessive. However, I clearly underestimated Julian Song's feelings for me, or rather, I underestimated his resentment and desire for revenge over the entire incident. Because not long after our divorce, he had a huge fight with Luna Zhang, threatening to break up with her and remarry me. Unable to handle the shock, Luna Zhang climbed straight up to the rooftop, swearing she would die to prove a point to him. Julian Song, for you, I've been scorned by the world, looked down upon by my own daughter and family, lost so much money, endured so much humiliation, and now I've risked half my life to get pregnant and bear your child, just to fulfill your dream of becoming a father. And what about you? Luna Zhang sobbed uncontrollably. The wind on the rooftop was so strong that her voice trembled with every word. When you were with me, you used my card to transfer money to your wife. Yet, you still had the nerve to claim you worked hard to give her a good life. I finally convinced her to agree to divorce you. But not only did you refuse to marry me, you also told me to abort the child and avoid responsibility. Why? I'm asking you why. How dare you treat me like this? Luna Zhang, what exactly did I ever do to wrong you? Tell me. You're insane. Absolutely insane. Julian Song was frantic on the spot, but had no way to deal with her. Let's talk this through properly. Please come down first, okay? I'm begging you. Seeing Luna Zhang show no intention of coming down, his patience gradually wore thin. Luna Zhang, can you stop this act already? Try something new, will you? It's really tiresome. Do you think I'm joking with you? Do you really not care if I live or die? Or the baby in my womb? Luna Zhang screamed at him hysterically, completely irrational. Then, do you believe I'll really kill myself right in front of you? Watching her turn as if to jump from over a dozen stories high, Julian Song had no choice but to surrender. All right, I believe you. I'll marry you, okay? I won't get back with my wife. All right, your wife? Even now you still call her your wife? Ex-wife, ex-wife, ex-wife. Then swear it. Julian Song exasperatedly raised 3 fingers. Julian Song, swear to heaven that if I do not marry Luna Zhang in this lifetime, may I die a miserable death and never find peace in the afterlife. Satisfied? That's more like it. But just as Luna Zhang prepared to step down, her foot suddenly slipped, and her entire body lurched uncontrollably downward. Watching the live stream on my phone, I couldn't help but gasp in shock. My heart even skipped a beat. The next second, Julian Song dashed forward and grabbed her wrist forcefully, but he was too weak. After barely holding on for a few seconds, Luna Zhang yanked him down with her. Ah. 2 piercing screams echoed simultaneously from the phone, startling me so much my palms broke out in a cold sweat. Oh my god, did they really just jump? Did Julian's vow come true that quickly? Holy crap, this is insane. Following the live camera's view downward, I noticed a crowd had already gathered below. The streamer then remarked, "It looks like both of them have been loaded into ambulances and should be out of danger." Someone called the police early on, and firefighters had already laid out safety air cushions below. Just as I reached this part, my phone rang and interrupted me. It was actually Julian's mother. "Vivi, dear, please come to the hospital right away. Julian fell from a building, and we don't know if he's alive or dead. What are we going to do?" Sobbing, she spoke through tears, her words growing increasingly indistinct toward the end. "Your father had a stroke because of Jingyu's affair and is now bedridden. If anything happens to Jingyu, how will this old woman go on living? I might as well just die." "Mom, no, Auntie, please don't panic first." "How can I not panic? If you hadn't insisted on divorcing Jingyu, would things have come to this?" "So, he had an affair. What's the big deal?" "So, he got another woman pregnant. What does it matter? Isn't it because you can't have children? Fine, if that's how it is. Why even call me? Just go collect your son's body from the hospital." "I'm not going to indulge you." But after I hung up, she called again. I kept hanging up, and she kept calling. In the end, I had no choice but to go to the hospital to see him. After all, without seeing it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed that instant karma truly exists in this world. In the end, neither of them died, narrowly escaping with their lives. But living was worse than death. Luna Zhang suffered a massive hemorrhage due to her miscarriage. The situation was so severe that the doctors had no choice but to perform a hysterectomy. From that day on, she could no longer fulfill Julian Song's dream of becoming a father, which also meant she no longer had any leverage to keep Julian Song by her side. This might have hurt her more than taking her life directly. And Julian Song wasn't much better off either. The tremendous impact from the fall broke both his legs, confining him to a wheelchair for life. Given his pride, he probably couldn't accept the reality of being permanently disabled. But there was no way around it. Such is fate. When I visited him for the last time, he wept bitterly, his voice hoarse as he repeatedly apologized to me. He also emphasized again and again that I was the only one he had ever loved. Being with Luna Zhang was truly just a momentary impulse. Those chat logs you saw weren't real. I was just trying to keep her happy so she'd spend money on me without suspicion. Darling, do you believe me? I don't ask for your forgiveness, much less a chance to reconcile. I only beg you to believe in my feelings for you. I was speechless. Does that even matter? Of course it matters. It concerns whether the rest of my life will be spent in regret. As long as you believe me, I'll feel that I am pure, that my love for you is pure. I don't believe you. Not only do I not believe you, I find people like you utterly disgusting. I said mercilessly, cheating is cheating. No matter how you try to sugarcoat it, it's still cheating. Julian Song, if you had openly admitted that you fell out of love, that your heart changed, maybe I'd still respect you as a man. At least that would show you have the courage to own your actions. But you refused to admit it all along and kept disgustingly insisting that cheating was for my own good. Do you take me for a fool? Do you even believe that yourself? He tried to explain further, but I'd lost all interest in listening. Before leaving, I told him, actually, it wasn't me who was infertile. It was you. I changed the name on the report just to protect your fragile male ego. He looked as if struck by lightning, his pupils instantly dilating. So that means the child in Luna Zhang's belly isn't yours. I suppose she deceived you. Recalling all the past events, his eyes gradually turned crimson, his molars grinding as if about to shatter. I knew it. That crazy woman was scheming against me. Maybe she just liked you too much, wanted to be with you too badly. Liked me? Huh. She just wanted to find a father for her child. And I'm the idiot who ended up taking the fall. Maybe. But that has nothing to do with me. I picked up my bag and slowly stood, looking at him calmly before turning away. Julian Song, from now on, I don't want to hear about your affairs, nor will I care. Focus on recovering. I hope you stand on your own again in this lifetime, but we need never meet again. Vivi, he screamed hoarsely after my retreating figure. Wife, don't go. I know I was wrong. I truly know I was wrong. Please, just look back at me once, okay? Look at me. His voice, mixed with helpless sobs, sounded like the desperate cry of some wounded animal. It was chilling to hear, pitiable, and even more pathetic. But my heart felt no more ripples. All I wanted was to stay as far away from him as possible for the rest of my life.